Only 1 in 4 young adults say they received financial education at school, and yet the decisions that shape your entire financial life, how you save, how you borrow, how you build wealth, get made in your 20s, before most people have a clue what they're doing. I spent my 20s working at a firm of financial advisors. I grew up around finance, my family worked in the industry, and even with that background, nobody sat me down and laid these fundamentals out clearly. I had to piece them together myself. And that's exactly why I made this video. These are the 5 money rules I wish more people were aware of at 18. Not complicated, not jargon heavy, just the foundations that make every other financial decision easier. Rule 1 is why your money is shrinking right now without you spending a penny. Rule 2 is a 4-minute fix most people never bother with. Rule 3 is the one that can mean a 6-figure difference over your lifetime depending on when you start. Rule 4 is the number that actually tells you if you're getting wealthier. And Rule 5, I'll save that. It's the one most people never hear. To make this concrete, let's follow someone through each rule. We'll call him Jake. He's 22, just got his first proper salary, and he's got around £300 a month he's not sure what to do with. Sound familiar? Rule 1. Your money is always moving, even when it sits still. Inflation means prices rise over time, so the same amount of money buys less in the future than it does today. It doesn't happen evenly, and the rate changes year to year, but the direction over long stretches is consistent. If your cash is earning nothing, you're almost guaranteed to lose purchasing power. Think about your weekly shop. The things you buy regularly, food, transport, rent, cost more than they did 5 years ago. That gap between what your money earns and what things cost is inflation doing its work quietly in the background. The goal isn't to become an investor overnight. The first step is simpler. Make sure the money you won't need for a while is at least in a place where it has a chance to outpace inflation. A high-interest savings account, an ISA, or eventually investments. Doing nothing is still a decision. It just usually isn't a good one. Jake's £300 is sitting in a current account earning 0%. In real terms, it's losing value every month. That's Rule 1 working against him, and he doesn't even know it yet. Rule 2. Pay yourself first. Most people get paid, cover their bills, spend what's left, and then try to save whatever remains at the end of the month. The problem is that nothing ever remains. Spending has a way of expanding to fill whatever space you give it. The switch is simple. The moment your salary lands, a fixed amount goes straight into savings before you touch it. Not whatever's left on the 28th. The first thing that happens when you get paid. You automate it with a standing order set for payday. If you're just starting out, even 5% of your take-home is fine. The amount matters less than the habit. Most financial educators suggest working toward 15% or more over time, but starting small and staying consistent beats the perfect plan you never follow. You give your future self more options. That's really what this is about. Jake sets up a £50 standing order for the day his salary lands. He won't miss it. It's gone before he has a chance to spend it. That's £600 saved in a year without thinking about it. Quick one. Are you currently paying yourself first or saving whatever's left? Drop it in the comments, no judgment. A lot of people haven't set this up yet. Rule 3, and this is the one that can make a 6-figure difference depending on when you start. Compound interest is the most powerful force in personal finance. It works in both directions. When it's working for you, on savings and investments, your money earns returns. And then those returns earn returns on top. Over time, the numbers become genuinely surprising. Starting at 22 versus starting at 32 on the same monthly amount can mean hundreds of thousands of pounds difference by retirement, not because of how much more you put in, but because of how much longer compounding has to work. Worth saying here, investments can go down as well as up. You may get back less than you put in. Any figures I mention are illustrative and hypothetical. Before inflation, fees, and taxes, not a guaranteed outcome. The point isn't the exact number, it's the principle. Time is the variable you can't replace. On the other side, when compound interest works against you, on debt, it destroys wealth just as fast. Credit card debt at 20% APR compounds in exactly the same way, except now it's the lender getting wealthier, not you. £1,000 of ignored credit card debt becomes over £2,000 in 5 years without spending another penny. The general principle most financial educators point to, high interest debt tends to cost more over time than most investments can return. Beyond that, the earlier you can start putting money to work, the more time does the heavy lifting for you. Jake's £50 standing order has been running quietly in the background since payday, out of sight, out of mind, and growing the entire time. Compound interest doesn't need his attention, it just needs time, and at 22, time is the one thing he has plenty of. Rule 4. Your income is not your wealth. This one surprises people. They assume earning more means getting richer, and it can, but only if the gap between what you earn and what you spend actually grows. Someone earning £80,000 a year and spending every penny is, financially speaking, in a fragile position. Their income is high, their wealth is zero. One redundancy, one medical bill, one bad month, and they're immediately in trouble. Someone earning £35,000 a year, spending less than they earn, and consistently putting the difference to work, that person is building something real. Their income is modest, their wealth compounds every year. The number worth tracking is net worth, what you own minus what you owe, assets minus liabilities. That's the actual measure of your financial position, not your salary. A simple spreadsheet or a free app like Emma can do this in minutes. Once you start tracking it, your decisions stop being based on how you feel about money and start being based on what's actually happening. The trap is lifestyle inflation. Every time income goes up, spending tends to rise with it. A pay rise funds a nicer car, a bigger flat, more subscriptions, and the gap stays the same. Protect the gap. When your income increases, let your savings rate increase first. Jake gets a pay rise at 24. Instead of upgrading his lifestyle immediately, he increases his standing order by the same amount his take-home went up. His lifestyle doesn't change, but his net worth starts moving properly for the first time. Rule 5, and this is the one most people never hear. Financial literacy is a skill, not a subject you study once and forget. The reason most people don't improve their finances isn't that they lack information. It's that they try to learn everything at once, get overwhelmed, and give up. Or they read about it without ever applying it. Neither works. Skills are built in loops. You learn one concept, you apply it in your real life for 30 days, you review what happened, and then you add the next layer. That's how competence actually forms. Every rule you learn makes the next one easier to apply. That's financial literacy doing exactly what compound interest does, building on itself. And here's where it connects to something I've found genuinely useful. AI tools, when you know how to use them properly, can accelerate that loop significantly. Not to replace your thinking. For clarity. For running your own scenarios. If I increase my savings rate by £50 a month, what does that look like in 10 years? If I pay off this debt first, how much interest do I save? These are the kinds of questions that used to require a financial advisor. Now, you can think them through yourself in a few minutes with the right prompts. If you want the exact prompting patterns I use to do this, running budget scenarios, breaking down financial decisions, making sense of options, I've put them together in a short guide called Ask Better, Get Better. It's a practical book on how to get genuinely useful answers from AI, not generic ones. Links in the description if you want it. You didn't get this at school. Most people never get it at all. But you've just spent the last 9 minutes building 5 foundations that most people spend their whole lives without. The fact that you're still watching means you're already ahead of where most people start. Jake at 30 is unrecognizable financially from Jake at 22. Not because his salary tripled, because he applied one rule at a time, reviewed it, and built on it. The skill is what changed everything. Those are your 5 foundations. Understand inflation, pay yourself first, use compound interest instead of fighting it, track net worth over income, and treat financial knowledge as a skill you build one loop at a time. One thing before you go, tell me one money rule you wish someone had told you at 18. I read every comment, and the most common answers will shape future videos in this series. If you're new to the channel, this sits alongside videos on AI and business. All of it is built around the same idea, giving you the tools to make better decisions, whatever you're working on. Subscribe if that sounds useful, and I'll keep building it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.